So here is my unsolicited advice. Get your RV resealed. The top of it, everything. I don't care how good it looks. We had 3 different people look at it and say, oh yeah, it looks great. You don't need to reseal it. I don't care what they say. Have it resealed anyway. Get it resealed anyway, okay? Listen, get it resealed anyway. I don't care how good it is. I don't care how much money you spent on it. Get your RV resealed. Everything resealed. Make sure you have air purifiers, dehumidifiers, okay? I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, okay? Would not wish this on my worst enemy. Even if we don't get along, I would still tell someone who is gonna buy an RV or a home, get a dehumidifier and an air purifier. Because mold and the wood rot under the bed, like we had to fix the wood rot. My neighbor, who's really amazing, I've watched his cat like so many times because he travels and he works on houses and builds houses, you know, mainly builds like, you know, like really, really, really nice, big, huge, rich houses. And he's like, hey, can you watch my cat? I'm like, of course. Can you clean my RV? Of course. So then I was like, oh, we're having trouble. And I kind of keep my problems to myself. But I actually told him, and I was like, he's like, oh, you seem sad. What's going on? And I was like, yeah, for the past year almost, like the RV has just been a lot to deal with. And he's like, why didn't you tell me? I'm literally gonna help you rebuild it. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, just come here and we'll fix it. So we saved up our money. We went back out there and he helped us rebuild it. Talked a lot about him having diarrhea. Got to see his cat. You can see his cat, Celeste, in one of my videos that I posted. I think it's the last post before this. Me painting outside. Yeah, she's a great cat. Willow and her get along very well. So yeah, we took days, slept in the car, rebuilt the entire RV. Thank goodness it's fall, you know, because it's somewhat nice weather out, not too hot, not too cold. Rebuilt the whole thing, ripped out the rotting wood, all the cabinets, repainted it. It looks amazing. Had to use acetone, clean off all, like, just cleaning everything, you know what I mean? And then we got on the top of the roof, and he could see where the sealant might have just had, like, tiny slivers, where water could seep in, and then once the flow gets flowing, it's gonna flow straight into your house, you know. So I feel really good. I'm excited about this season in the RV. I think I'm gonna post videos here on YouTube. TikTok's a little too much for me, a little too toxic, so I think I'm gonna just post videos here on YouTube. I need hand cream. My hands are dry. Ouch. So, yeah, we fixed the whole RV, cleaned it all up, vacuumed it all, and it looks really great. Hopefully I can post some pictures of it, you know, once we get all our stuff in and I go through clothes and see which ones might have molded a little bit, or, you know, they just can't really be saved. I mean, you can wash clothes, but once, like, kind of sets in, it's kind of like, yeah, somebody's car alarm is going off. Let's pause this for a second. Beep. Oh, I was gonna say beep every time I heard the beep. Beep. Anyway, so the RV looks great. You know, I'm excited to live in it. We definitely, through living in the RV, figured out, you know, you really only can have in there what you really need, and everything else has to go in storage or be sold. You know, I sold a lot of my stuff, and it was hard, you know. I buy a little bit into the Zodiac stuff. I'm a Taurus. I like my stuff, okay? And, you know, we were struggling, and there weren't a lot of jobs where we were, and I was trying to make money, and, you know, I sold some of my stuff, and they're kind of sentimental, and I was a little sad. But then as time went on, people can say spiritual sayings or meaningful sayings, but until you live that life and live that experience, it doesn't have meaning for you. Like, you can kind of say a quote, but until you have memories attached to that quote, does it really attach to you? Is it really a part of you, you know? Sometimes I believe that saying certain quotes will bring those lessons to you, and I can say without a doubt one of the biggest ones that I used to say and write all over the place was having abundance. And that might sound cliche, but like, abundance is so many other things besides just the stuff that you have and the things you acquire. It's the connections you have with the people that you love. It's the cars beeping that you decide to just collaborate with. Beep. It's bringing everything together and realizing, like, the beauty in the chaos, and really understanding that, because you can say it all day long, but until you have to live it and you see that, like, yeah, those artworks where it's like a guy running up like a staircase and, you know, something toppling down that's gonna knock him over, it's like, well, you gotta learn how you're gonna get over it, you know? Some people jump, some people duck, some people maybe can transport themselves through a portal to the next place. You get to a point where it all coming together means something different, and life is coming together and it means something different than it meant a year ago, and I'm happy with that. Was I during it? No. I was stressing a lot, stressing myself out. I got new stress lines, like this one right here, this one, and I'm not unhappy with it. I just think it's funny to have a wrinkle based on something I was going through, and now I know that is the stress I was going through, living in the RV, not resealing it, and I'm thankful for it, because you know what? I have so much peace now going through the stress that I did then, and boy, do I feel for the person back then. Poor me. Boo-hoo. So hopefully you guys enjoy the ASMR. Goodbye. Time to scrape off all of the Dollar Tree hooks that I super glued to the walls. Now we are going to paint over all of the details on the wall. In this part, I couldn't use the audio because the guy, our friend that is helping us fix the bedroom where the mold was playing country music and talking about how he had diarrhea at full volume. So I decided I probably should go over with the audio with something else. What do you guys think of this green color? It was the color of my childhood home. I really like it. So this is what it was looking like halfway through. We used acetone, it really cleaned, and got into the nooks and crannies. My neighbor was still talking about diarrhea. He's a really great guy. This was what it looked like in the end. We used acetone, obviously gloves, masks. We really deep cleaned. We got rid of the rotting wood, the cabinets, rebuilt the bed. we really, really, really went in and took care of all of it. If you're gonna get an RV, immediately reseal the top of the RV. I don't care what people say, or if it looks good or it's brand new. Reseal the top of that RV as soon as you buy it. Okay, good. So this is what it looked like. We put in so much effort, and it looks great. Okay, bye.